Hey, welcome to the Flagship, everybody. This is the third to last episode. It's very sad. I want to thank everybody for watching this thing. This is our last month of shows, so we're going to be doing a big celebration of the show that was the Flagship. Because really, this show, I don't know how to describe it other than it was like a god of old out stretching its hand to mere mortals and saying lovingly, patiently, behold, I am with you. That's what it felt like each and every night. We've done a lot of good. We've helped a lot of people. And so we have one more month, 3 more shows, this one and 2 more. And then the show's going to go away. It'll have completed a run of 10 episodes. Seems like a good number. 10 episodes, that'll be it. It'll be gone. Maybe it'll come back someday, but then Newsboys is going to return. So I'm not sure if it's going to return the very next week or if it's going to be like there'll be a week off, but Newsboys is going to come back. And so that's why the Flagship is going off into the sunset. I have to sneeze. No, I didn't. I don't have to sneeze. I thought I had to sneeze. No. I see some people in the chat saying, where's Adomian? Where's Adomian? Adomian, it's getting harder to book comedians because they're doing shows on Friday nights. But Adomian is going to be here next week. He's going to be on our penultimate show. So that'll be fun. So let me just get into what we're doing tonight. We're going to be doing, you know how like when all these talk shows, they end, they do a look back for the last month. Conan just did it. Letterman, Leno, they all do it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look back on these episodes over the last month. And so I'm going to bring in some of my favorite guests today. The first one is my sister, Lila. Ta-da! Lila, are you on?
I'm here? Okay.
Yeah, now you're here.
Aw, that's the sweetest.
Yeah, so she's one of my favorite guests. She's also the guest that I can get at very, very short notice. Like when a
Hey, she has no life.
And then also, little Timmy Williams is going to be here tonight. So that's cool. Little Timmy Williams is going to be jumping in at some point because he was a fantastic guest a couple of weeks ago. So that's what's going on. Lila, thank you for being here. Welcome to the last month of the show. How are you taking the news?
How am I taking the news? I'm just glad that you gave me something to do twice now during this pandemic.
Oh, that's correct. Let me take a second and say hi to Trevor Country real quick. Hey, how's Trevor Country doing? How are you guys taking this news? And I'll wait. It takes a couple minutes for them to start writing things in there. People doing good. That's great. With glee, some people are happy that the show's ending. Bittersweet. I think people are excited because Newsboys was an incredibly popular program. I don't know if I talked to you about this. Oh yeah, Newsboys was a hugely popular program. And so Zack, what happened was Zack left for a couple months, and Zack and I. Well, I don't like to be the one to say it, but we put the whole team on our shoulders. You know, we go out there every day. We put the whole team on our shoulders, and we never missed. That's what it was. So then I was like, I alone need to be Atlas here. Like I have to shoulder the weight of the world, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. It was a huge shoes to fill, my own and Zack's. But I came out here every goddamn Friday night, and I'll tell you one thing: I kept the lights on. I kept everything going. Like that, we're still doing great, raising money, everything. So I think a round of applause for me doing that. That was. So that's I'm very modest about this.
So. Let me show you how I'm a bad sister. What is the Newsboys?
Newsboys. It's basically this show, but there's another guy. No, it's me and Zack. We talk about the news.
Oh, okay.
So we could talk about some news tonight.
So is the reason why Zack hasn't been here? He's been doing more Calvin Klein modeling. Is that what's been going on?
No, remember that we used to give Zachy C a good jab about that. No, he's directing a horror movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, he wrote a monster movie and he's directing it in the land of Bulgaria. Have you ever heard of such a place? Have you ever heard of Bulgaria?
I don't know. I only know this one continent. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need to know. Anyway, there's this whole other fucking place called Bulgaria, and I guess they make monster movies there, and that's where he's been for the past couple of months. I also got to say, I'm a little tired today. I've had like a really big day, so I'm gonna do a Red Bull vodka, which I don't normally do. I try to do White Claws, so I'll probably get a little trashed during this.
Is White Claw promoting this or?
No, it's just like I can drink. See, I don't pay attention to how much I'm drinking when I'm on Twitch. So White Claws are fine because I don't get like, messed up. But to get some more energy, I'm doing a vodka Red Bull. So we'll see how this goes.
I'm drinking a fucking Peppers.
Now what is that? That's from a show. Now see, I don't even know how much was in here when I poured it. I don't know how much I poured into this glass. So we'll see. I'll go slow on this.
So I don't know if you've seen the awesome Canadian show Letterkenny, but it's the beer that they drink on there, and they actually just made it here in Canada, and I think it's only in Canada that you can get it. And so I had to buy a whole bunch because a couple of my friends in the States want me to send them to them. So
that's cool. Yeah, people love the Letterkenny show. I hear people talking about it a lot.
It's very good. I couldn't watch it initially because I couldn't understand what they were saying, but I think I've been here long enough. I've figured it out now. So.
The show that I really like, that's a Canadian show, is Nirvana the band, the show. Have you seen that? It's hard as hell to watch it. Like it's never like like it's not anywhere easy to see it. But if you can find it, BitTorrent, I don't know, but it's a fantastic show. I think it's one of the better comedy shows that's come out in the last couple of years.
Wait, but Nirvana's not Canadian.
No, it's called Nirvana, the band, the show. It's about
why?
Nirvana, the band, the show. It's about a bunch of guys. It's two guys who started a band called Nirvana, the band. And this is a show about them starting a band called Nirvana, the band. And it's fantastic. Matt Johnson is great. Just check it out. You'll like it.
Were they like playing Nirvana songs?
No. Nothing to do with the popular 90s grunge group.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll like it. I promise.
Check it out.
I promise. Someone said, okay.
You're going to, sorry?
So someone says, okay, leaving to watch that. No, don't leave and watch it. Watch it after this.
I thought that you were going to say something like Schitt's Creek or, No,
I don't like to watch a lot of comedy. And I'm sure Schitt's Creek is great. But once everyone starts to there's the contrarian in me that if everyone starts talking about something, I'm like, I am not watching that shit,
Oh, you never got into Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got a lot to get into tonight. We could go into the news. I don't know the news, but I never do. We just go into it. I have a thing I want to talk to you about. Because you're up in Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah, in Canada. And you just now got your second shot.
Yes, I am still this. I had to take today off work. I was so sick. But I think I finally have gotten it out of my system. It is a little rough.
What did you get? Did you get the Moderna?
Double Moderna.
Cool.
Great. I don't mix and match.
Now, here in the States, we're out. We haven't had the coronavirus for half a year. Because we all just they just let us all get it. They were like, everybody can just get the virus. And then they just bought, I believe they bought the whole world's supply of vaccine.
Yeah, they threw money at it and took it from everybody else.
But isn't that the most American way to do anything? Is to throw money at it?
I'm a little upset that you wore your epic 4th of July hat. I was thinking of dressing up in all Canadian gear just to because I thought this was the episode I was going to just kind of shit on America and basically like say everything that sucks about America.
Hold on. I love this country. I've talked about this many times.
I do not.
I don't think this country has ever done anything wrong. Just kidding. No, country's done a lot of things wrong. A lot of countries have done things wrong. We've done a bunch. I still like it. But, you know, I kind of like anti-heroes. Like, I like the bad guys in things, you know? So you watch out. You're going to make fun of this country of mine. No, I don't care. Make fun of it. What's your big gripe with the United States of America? And I'll counter it. This is great. I got the hat for it. Give me your word. Give me your word. And I'll say, even if I don't agree with what I'm saying, I will play devil's advocate and defend the country. All
right. So how about Social Security that y'all are paying into that's going to deplete itself in the next couple of decades and is going to run out 4 years earlier due to the pandemic? So you're paying into a system that you're not going to get to use.
I don't know anything about it. Next question. I mean, don't they always say that, though? Don't they always say that it's going to run out? And then what happens is the old people vote, and then they fuck the young generation. So, they fuck the young people, and they make sure that
like that.
And they make sure that they get their Social Security. So I assume that me, like the millennials, if I've given up that I tried to be a Gen X, but I keep seeing everything now that I'm just like the oldest millennial. So whatever.
81 is the cutoff. So
that's what I think. So I'm the youngest Gen X.
Yeah.
Anyway, all this stuff, there was all these things going around this week that they were saying 80, and I was like, I don't know. Either way, I have full faith that Gen X and the millennials will fuck these other generations when we become the voting bloc. When we get the power, I think we will fuck the younger generations and make sure that Social Security is there for us.
You're gonna run out. It's gonna run out.
Well, what do they do in Canada? Do you guys have Social Security?
CPP? No, we have pensions. Like, that's the thing. Pension is not a thing that's like typically seen in America anymore. And but actually, unless you're like a cop, I think pretty much that's the only people who get pensions.
No, at least people get pensions here.
Do they really? Like, I feel like it's something that's fading out.
No, you gotta do it yourself a lot of times, but
do it yourself pension?
I don't know. People are saying no, not true. That's the other thing. A lot of times I'm wrong about things. A lot of times I'll think I know something about something, and it turns out I know nothing at all about
it. So that's one of the reasons why I left was Social Security. Social Security, like my retirement. I want to like pay into a system that's actually going to be of use to me.
Here's the thing. In our country, we just won't retire.
Well, I mean, they do seem to keep pushing. Well, they say that's because the people are living longer, but they keep pushing back like the retirement age. And I'm just like, used to like what did it used to be? Like 65?
It used to be like 38. It was
38. In Westworld, maybe. Wait, not Westworld. What was the name of that show? That you liked? It was old timey. It was Western.
Oh, Deadwood. I like Deadwood.
Deadwood. It was like Deadwood. Yeah. You die at 38. But no. And then the other reason why.
Can I interrupt you with something?
Sure.
I found something else out about us that this should be interesting to you.
About us.
Yeah. Part of half of Lila and my family, the Moore side, we're like nothing, just like came out of they were like our great grandfather was like an indentured servant, got on a boat, came here, just basically, I think he like rode around on a horse and just preached to people, or something like that.
Wait, which side of the family?
That's the Moore side.
Oh, the Moore side. I thought he sold toothpaste door to door.
No idea. Anyway, he's selling stuff. The other side was here from the very beginning, and was just into all sorts of shit, like, you know, like on the wrong side of history at every turn. And so so someone brought it to my attention. There's this new show called Jamestown. And it's by the people who made, what's that? Downtown Abbey show? You know, Downtown Abbey?
Downtown Abbey. Downton.
Yeah. So that show, the people who did that, they made a new show called Jamestown. And if you watch the show from the first episode on, the big villain in the show, the Al Swearingen character is Lila and my direct great grandfather. Like he's the bad guy in the show.
Yay, we're bad guys.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
It does kind of suck, you know, to like think about that. Like you come from the wrong side of history.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I guess it's fair. But it's like you can't really be proud, or like I guess you can in a weird way be proud of like, yeah, my family were wrong.
Yeah, well, he was the governor. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Can we go back to shitting on America?
Yeah. So okay. Social Security, whatever. What else you got?
The main reason that we left was gun violence. It's out of control.
Gun
that
violence.
Was number one.
All right. Counterpoint? No.
Okay.
Let me think what my counterpoint is.
Okay. For example, let me give you a for example. Mm-hmm. I had a moment when I went to a movie theater up here in Canada that they didn't have that little 5-minute thing in the beginning saying, make sure that you know where the exits are in case there is a shooting and you need to leave. Yeah. Sort of thing. And I was like, oh, look, that's not a problem in movie theaters up here. But, and then of course we were walking around downtown also, and we saw this fight break out in Ottawa downtown area. And it was just like these two people who were fighting in this like group, like of onlookers had been like opened up around this group. And then my husband looked at me and he goes, do you want to walk right through the middle of it? And I said, kind of, because we know they don't have a gun. Yeah. And it was just kind of so nice to be like, oh, these people don't have guns in their pockets. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I got a counter argument to this. In most of the country, guns aren't that much of a problem. You know?
In most of the U.S.?
Yeah. Like,
where?
I don't know.
Pretty rampant.
Like, if you go live out in the middle of nowhere, you're fine. Is that a good take? That's not a good take. Hold on.
I don't know if that's a great take. No, I mean, if you live out in the middle of the nowhere, you're most likely a serial killer with people in a basement. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to think of a good take with it. Well, I think you could do something about the guns, but also guns are, yeah. Okay, all right. Skip. Next, gun violence. What else? Oh, here we go.
The next one.
Hold on. We got another a guest here. Little Timmy Williams, everybody.
How come I don't see him?
You will.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Little Timmy Williams.
What's up, everybody?
They Timmy, always call you Little?
Who?
You.
What?
Do they always call you Little Timmy?
Did someone just call me Little Timmy? Did Trevor? Oh, is everybody in the chat doing it? Because of Little Timmy PD?
Yeah, Timmy's nickname is Little Timmy Pig Dick.
Yeah, God, read a book, Lila.
Wait, did Timmy just say read a book?
Yeah.
That's what you do when people don't know shit. You say, read a fucking book, man.
Read a book.
Hold on,
by the way, I don't know if you guys have ever met, but this is my sister.
We have met. I'll get to it. Hold on, my teapot's going. 1 second.
He always does this.
Oh, he's so British.
Every
doing that because you made me self-conscious of it, but tonight I was rushing, so it's happening.
Wait, self-conscious of his pig dick or his tea?
No, the tea. All right, so give me another one. Here.
Okay. School education. Public school education. It's not when we moved here, we were trying really hard because in the US, depending on where you lived, depends on how good your public school education is. And so when we moved here, we were looking really hard to find schools that were like in good areas. Like, and we were like, well, what about here? Like, are the schools good here? And they were just like, what are you talking about? The schools are good everywhere. And we
I don't.
what?
Yeah, I don't have anything against that one. Our schools suck because our people we're stupid as shit. So
I'm winning 3 thus far. Just keeping track for everybody. Just saying.
Yeah, but like on like nerdy shit like school and like retirement.
What's a crap?
And guns. Like that's what you're winning on. It's
wait, retirement. Retiring is nerdy.
Yes.
But it's like about wanting to have money enough to go to work. Dude, work is for nerds.
Everyone that I know that's retired is some fucking boomer.
So what about me when I tried to retire for a couple years and it didn't work?
You just tried to retire from comedy. You were still working.
Yeah, that didn't work.
You tried to be a chicken farmer in the 21st century in a city.
Right. So,
Wait, are you
so
serious?
Lila and I have met a few times, but the last time we met Lila, I think was my daughter.
And Timmy is my favorite YKUK besides my brother, obviously. Boom, boom.
Yes.
He's like, thank you for that.
So we slept over at your house in Chicago when we were there on tour. 2013-ish.
Yes.
You might have been carrying your first kid.
Maybe. Yes.
And I asked you something about you being pregnant, and I found out later you thought I was being fucking weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Trevor's like, yeah, she thought you were being weird, but then I told her you have a kid. She was like, oh, okay.
Wait, what?
I remember. I can't remember exactly what it was that you
like
asked.
How far along are you or something? Just some regular pregnancy
Oh
question.
yeah, you're asking so many questions about her
Well,
kid.
I asked like 2, which is so many in Trevor's story version, but I asked like a couple questions.
Timmy, I don't know your story. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to bridge the gap.
So
But he was asking like really in-depth questions, like something like, are you going to be breastfeeding? I'm like, why the fuck do you want to know?
I wouldn't have said
I was
that.
like,
I wouldn't have asked about breastfeeding.
I can't remember.
I would have asked about that, but I definitely asked some
so
questions about like, I don't know, just being pregnant. And I found like, and then I don't know, like I think you thought I was being weird and then found out like, well, he had just had a kid. So that's why he's talking about it.
I didn't know that you'd had a kid. And I was like, why is he asking these personal questions?
It's like, I don't know. Maybe I figured that you would know, but then that would mean I was assuming that Trevor told people things about me that were not just that he's fat and from South Dakota. So I should have figured out.
Lila, have I ever told you anything about Timmy?
Exactly. What was I even thinking? You know?
I didn't even know that he was in South Dakota. How are those Kill Devil Hills? Are those in South Dakota?
No, that's North Carolina. No one knows anything about South Dakota. Don't worry.
No, wait,
Come on,
I've been
raise
there.
up, take your shirt
God,
off.
I've been there.
You've
not been to South
That's where
Dakota.
that's where Mount Rushmore is, right?
Yeah, that's on the other side. They stole that from nice people and put a bunch of white guys' heads on it.
Well, it's also like incredibly
Oh my God,
small.
you guys are so anti-America, the two of you.
It's so incredibly small. And I went up to go
That
see
was
it.
our mountain.
Who's R?
America.
Wait, what were we saying?
No, something I didn't know that Canadians are super proud of. I did not know about it until I came up here. And then they're like, what? You guys aren't taught this in school?
Secret
They're
grade.
so proud that they burnt down the White House.
Whoa.
So proud of it.
1812?
I had no idea.
That's what they're teaching in Canada.
Fuck yeah, I guess.
The British burnt down the White House.
Right, but they're saying those Brits became Canadian.
It wasn't Canada, it was England that burned down the White House. Canada couldn't burn down the White House. They couldn't, if they were there on January 6th and all those dumb idiots got them inside, Canada still couldn't burn down the White House. It's not the White House.
Burn down the White House.
It's the
Even if
capital.
Canada had their own very Lauren Boebert or whoever the hell that is, even if they had their own Lila, not Lila, you're Lisa, the lady from Colorado, the crazy, always with the guns, and they're probably sure she let people in. So even if they had her, Representative Boebert, it still wouldn't work out.
Even if President Blackface himself,
Brownface. Get it
Brown
right.
face. What was his name?
Oh, he did brownface. Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau.
Are people still calling him cute all the time? That was so annoying.
Who? What?
We're always talking about how hot Trudeau is. You know.
Oh, well, I mean, it's hard
brown
not
face.
to talk about it. I mean, he's dreamy, but
I mean, I'm dreamy. No one ever talks about that. Maybe that won't happen unless I do something offensive at a party. Is that what?
Someone says Prime Minister Trevor. Oh my God.
Because
like
you called him president.
Like I'm supposed to know the Canadian word for president.
Oh, it's like
Yep.
it's actually
called
different.
you out.
They're all just owned by oil companies, anyways. Who cares about the title?
Oh shit. Timmy's like, fuck both USA and Canada.
Yeah, honestly, let's all. What's a good country? Let's go there. What's a good country?
Timmy
What's
just
a good country? I think New Zealand. Is New Zealand? New Zealand's okay.
Are we
No.
basing that just because they had Lord of the Rings, or did they do something else? All right.
New Zealand?
Hey, what beer are you drinking? Is that a beer?
The puppers.
Whoa, that's a great can. Cool.
Fucking
it's a
buffers.
Letterkenny beer. Okay.
Yeah,
I've never seen
it's
that
very
show.
good too.
Chat's out of their
What
mind,
are
by
you
the way.
like? You're just
Yeah,
so
that is
Fabio with your
thing.
hair right now, Timmy.
Yeah.
Like,
My daughter
what
probably
is
should.
happening?
Chat is saying that
You're just trying to give Trudeau a run for his money. Just be like, you like this Trudeau guy you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I just want that Trudeau, Trudeau vibe.
I'm realizing it's hard to run a show with two guests.
Why? Because we talk over you?
Yes, because you talk over and then it's hard to direct it.
Sorry. Go
No,
ahead, I'll shut
I'm
up.
just trying to figure out what I should do here.
My
Like,
daughter's off frame, but she's gonna be 10 in like 2 hours. So everybody say happy birthday.
are you going to bring her
Aw,
out?
No, say
Put a
happy
mask.
birthday.
Put a mask on her.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
That's awesome.
All right. I got to take control of this fucking.
Okay, so
train wreck.
what's happening here?
I was shitting on America. That's what I was doing.
Here's what I'm going to say. Let us attempt. This is the first time we've had two guests at once on this show.
Oh,
And I try to run a tight ship here. This is the flagship show. This isn't that like jerk off hour that we do on Saturdays where
there's only
everyone's,
two left.
where everyone's talking over everybody.
So the
let's,
tight ship. We're on the tight ship.
exactly. Let's attempt to not talk over each other. That's what I would say.
Okay, so I was going to say, Trevor, you and I have had that problem for years together. So now there's another person. So
No. It's all good when I'm doing the flagship and it's just one guest. It's the fact that there's two guests. It's
Right.
becoming crosstalk and it's becoming. And I'm trying to run a tight ship here. It's all good. It's all good. Don't inhibit yourself at all. I'm just saying.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that you and I do that a lot to each other, and now we have a third person to include. So
Yeah. So someone says 2 Trevors versus 1 Timmy. Someone says we want Lila.
height versus girth.
Yeah. Okay. So Timmy, what we've been doing here is Lila is besmirching our great country, and I'm defending it. Right now we're about even. Like I think it's a draw. And so we're going to continue. Lila's going to continue to besmirch, and I'm going to continue to defend this country. Now, again, I don't have to agree with what I'm saying. I am the attorney for the United States of America, so I'm just trying to come up with a defense.
I'm winning.
So, Timmy, like, do you want to be on Team America or do you want to be on Team Tim Hortons or whatever the fuck?
Ooh, I
I'm
like
not
it.
Crazy about Tim Hortons. I don't know,
They got
man.
bought by Burger King and now they suck. Thanks, America. So,
Wait, what? Tim Hortons got bought by Burger King?
yep.
Okay, right there. Let me take that. You're like, oh, Tim Hortons got bought by Burger King and now they suck. Well, Tim Hortons wouldn't have gotten bought by Burger King if Burger King wasn't doing so much better than them. You don't get bought by a company doing worse than you.
Quality sucks.
Well, but that's a pretty American concept, though, is like what Trevor said, like, hey, we do this thing. Here's a company doing kind of what we do, but better. We're going to take them over so we can eventually all be one thing. You know, like that's a very American ideal, you know, like how we're, like we have 5 companies, you know?
I know Tim Hortons should never have sold out. I agree.
Sell out bitches, Tim Hortons.
I agree
Tim
with what
Hortons,
Timmy
you
was
sell out
saying.
bitches.
I agree with what Timmy was saying because like we just celebrated the 4th of July. I don't know if you remember that holiday, Leela.
Probably
But
not.
like
She probably
No,
celebrates
I
that
celebrate
one on the
my
first.
own a few days earlier.
Canada, is it Canada Day?
Canada
Yeah.
Day is July
Oh, but
1st.
Yeah.
You know
Although
what?
I don't think they did it this year because of the atrocities that had recently been uncovered that they did. So I don't know. Those who live in glass houses. Anyway,
One second.
Hey, Canada, why don't you take a page from our
I
book?
get to retort.
Go for it.
Yes, Canada definitely fucked up with these residential schools, I believe is what they're called.
Leela, I'll let you rephrase
But
that.
guess
So
what?
it's not
No,
just
I'm
a
retorting.
fuck up.
I'm retorting.
Okay.
At least Canada acknowledges that they fucked up, whereas the whole plan for these residential schools was created in the United States, and they were actually started in the United States as well, and they don't even recognize it.
Yeah, that is true. Nickel Boys, I was talking about that last time. Nickel Boys was about that. Yeah, that's true.
The
And here's another great thing. Canada does reparations. America doesn't.
Really? To
Yeah.
natives or to black people or who?
To indigenous people.
Wow.
so no. That's not a slam dunk.
I think I'll just play the Switzerland here and just kind of like whenever I like a point, I'll just jump on that country.
It's
You
not
know?
a slam dunk at all.
What? Reparations?
No. So here you
Yeah,
go.
they do reparations. I'm
think it's
probably
a
going to
pretty
say
good
this
deal.
wrong, but many indigenous people do not have to pay for college, books, or any of that if they can prove that they are from a reservation. But there's problems within that system. Canada's not perfect. There's problems within that system because some people say that programs such as that are actually a form of genocide. In the fact that you have to prove that you are from this indigenous group in order to get these reparations.
Mhm.
But that also means that if you want your children and children's children to also get these reparations, then you can only marry within that indigenous group.
You got to spice it up. This is
Hold on.
fucking Snoozeville. Like, you know.
So here's
All right, I
the
can
deal.
just
If you're
tell
just joining
stories.
us, let me
Just tell stories about our past. I can do more of that. They liked
no.
that.
let me summarize real quick what we've just been talking about. Okay, so here's what Canada has. Canada has some weird genocide program that tricks you with free school, and they have secret graves. America has a hamburger restaurant so good it could buy another restaurant.
Oh, snap.
Right? I mean, look, I don't try to side with Trevor very often, but I mean,
All right.
Gore Forrest wrote in. He says, "This sucks." All caps.
Lila, have you heard of the movie Blood Quantum?
Oh, who, what now?
Blood Quantum. Because
What's
blood
a blood-
quantum is the concept you're talking about, where they talk about where with indigenous and native people, they talk about basing those benefits off of the amount of, percentage that you have,
Oh, yeah.
And so this Canadian filmmaker made a movie a couple years ago called Blood Quantum, where it's a zombie movie, but it turns out natives don't get turned. So all the white people turn into zombies and the natives are still like normal. And so it's about them like kind of being like basically they're the only ones left and how they like handle that. So
Oh my God, I'm totally
Pretty good.
watching that.
All right,
Blood
all right.
Quantum.
I'm taking control of the show again.
I talked about a zombie movie. Don't pretend that's not entertaining.
It's
you
fine.
little
It's fine. It's
bastard.
fine. I'm just
All right.
in general. I'm taking over the show again for a little bit. Let's get. We'll get into news in a minute, but let's go in. Let's go into the thing we were talking about was the 4th of July. You're talking about how, Tim Hortons failed and Burger King came in and kept them afloat. And in your twisted, weird sort of like thing, you blame Burger King for that. And so we're talking about like there is something where America does just kind of like merge and eventually everything becomes the same thing, right? And there's a beauty to that. Like on the 4th of July, I was watching the fireworks, and thinking about all of the countries that don't celebrate 4th of July. But then I had like a tear come to my eye because I truly believe in my heart Like sometime it might, and I might not live to see it. And my kids might not live to see it, but I think by my kids' kids, my grandchildren, I really do believe that everyone in this planet will be an American.
Oh man.
So we're trying something here.
That's another thing that I've noticed is that if I say that I'm American, people or say I'm from America. That's what it is. If I say I'm from America, people will correct me up here, and they'll say,
because
no,
they're
no.
like, we're all North America.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, when I initially heard that, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's like, go to Saigon, go to Bulgaria, and say American, and I bet they're not thinking about Canadians.
There definitely seems to be this they want props because, and I honestly think this is because America for the most part controls the media, and so
everything.
Yeah, right. Well, but they control the media, and so they feel like they have to point out, by the way, this is a Canadian person, because they otherwise everybody just thinks they're all from America. And I actually learned a lot about celebrities that I didn't know were Canadian because
I bet they have to teach it in school because they're like, we have stuff too. Have you learned about Jim Carrey? Canada has Canada's energy is very much like the person who's like, actually, Frankenstein was the doctor, not the monster. Frankenstein is the doctor. That's like Canada.
Are you saying they're like the well actually of countries?
Sorry?
What?
I said, are you saying they're like the well actually of countries?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good example.
And everyone else, but they wait too long to say it. They didn't have the confidence to say it at the beginning. And so the conversation moved on and they just kind of rocked there by themselves. And then they said it. And then the whole group turned around to them and was like, what? And then they're like, never mind. And we're like, we're not even talking about that anymore. That's what Canada is to me.
You just feel that America's cool. And so, yeah, you go with the cool vibe.
I actually don't even not like Canada. It's just I'm taking the antagonistic position. This is the debate we're doing.
Someone's got to stand up for America sometimes,
So Timmy, do you always just play with your hair constantly?
Yeah. Why else would you grow it out?
Oh, okay.
I mean, right?
I'm watching all the different hairstyles of Timmy.
I'll stick with this one. But yeah, I was rushing. I had to pick up my daughter's stuff and rushed in, and so. But yeah, I had my normal nice ponytail. Now it's this. So.
Yeah.
So I got a story to bring up. We'll leave the debate.
They can barely hear me. Hold on. Trevor, are you in control? No, Nate's out there. Nate, turn up old dad. Nate. Someone's saying I can't. Someone just called me defensive for that. Are you kidding me? I'm just talking about my hair. Twitch people, most of them are great.
See, this is the thing. You don't go someone call me defensive for that. What and I know you're not. But but you should just be someone call me defensive for that. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, but I want to point them out that they're a fucking moron. So I just want to lay the sass on there. With me, it works. So I know it seems a little shocking. Lily, you look like, oh my god, he called them. I don't know. When I get mad at people, they like it. So also, I can time people out like this person.
Hey, can you time people out on my show?
Yeah.
No, don't time out Trevor Country. Trevor Country is this is free range. This is.
Well, you can tell that to them in 10 minutes.
No timing out. Not in Trevor Country. I won't have it.
Too late.
I'll pull the plug on you. Don't make me choose between you and Trevor Country, Timmy.
Oh my god,
you know what, Trevor? I'll just go to bed, and 10 minutes from now, that person will say something else shitty to someone who's still here. So you do what you need to do.
Do you know the shitty stuff that people say to me on this show?
No, because they all love you.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. I last week, someone said something to me that actually I thought about it for days afterwards.
Oh, really?
It really hurt my feelings, and I was like upset about it.
It wasn't me.
No, it was somebody in chat.
Okay.
And I couldn't let it go. And my wife was like, what's wrong? And I was like, somebody in chat said something on the show, and it I can't let it go. I just I just think it's so wrong, and whatever. And she was like, what'd they say? And I said, they said that they thought I was the second funniest person in Whitest Kids.
Wait, so who was the number one?
How often I get told that? Second or third? I get second or third.
I told Timmy that on this show.
You told. Oh yeah, you did say I was second favorite. You're right. I get second cutest and second favorite like all the time. So like everybody has different scales, and I'm just right there in the middle for everyone's apparently. So killing it. I'm never last. I'm sure someday people think I'm last. Especially the person I timed out when they come, they're spending their time out just fucking redoing their list right now and putting me in number 6. Right? Trevor, Zack, Darren, Sam, Lila, Zack's dog, Timmy.
Zack's dog. I'm pretty sure the dog comes before me. But
you know what? I'm sorry, but you're right.
Guys, I gotta say, whatever that drink was that I made, too much of it.
What grocery store did you get it from?
Yeah, my cheeks are warm, guys.
No, maybe I
it's-
gotta have another puppers. I gotta catch up.
This is good. Okay.
Hold on. There's a great joke in chat. M1E450 says, "Given what Zack does to it, the dog comes before everyone."
No.
It's good. Lila, Zack, on a nightly basis, masturbates his dog before it goes to bed.
Is this because he is, a breeder for his dog? He has to jerk off his dog into like a little semen pot and give it to people with bitches.
No, it's because he the dog goes out to go to the bathroom, and then it's got hair on its dick, and then so it gets little like wet pee on its dick, and then he has white sheets, and so then when before the dog can get in bed with him because he sleeps with the dog, he takes a paper towel and then he just wipes the dog's dick off.
And he's said this publicly.
Mm-hmm. He's proud of it.
I mean, I don't know, maybe get the dog's dick shaved? Like that would be my suggestion.
That's better. That's better than every night just change
the color of your sheets.
That was a great walk-in
make
line.
the dog not sleep in bed with you. There's a lot of other options there.
Yeah, it's better than every night just
Now I'm all off target.
If someone says get yellow sheets, fuck yeah, exactly.
Yellow, way to go.
Yeah, make the dog sleep in a shoebox like everybody else.
Hey, speaking of yellow, we've been doing this for a long time. Lila's been on twice now and has a way better background than us.
Oh, I made
Cool
this
wall.
background.
What? Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little arty thing.
Cool.
I do it a lot. I have it all over my house. I like fiber arts and stuff like that, and so I do fibery arty things around my house.
Wait, forgive me if the guys are talking about this. What province are you in?
I'm in Ontario.
I'm gonna say for chat.
I don't know what I asked. Why I asked that because I don't know where that is.
Province is like Quebec for it means state.
Yeah. No, but okay. It's but kind of actually. I mean, states. You know what? I would say it's actually probably a good example of state because each province has their own kind of rules too, like laws. So
like Montreal can have more strippers and stuff, right?
Someone says thank you for Murica splaining. Oh, don't get Timmy started on the strippers, Lila. That'll be the rest of the night.
Wait. What are you talking about with strippers?
Old
No, we don't.
Old horn dog Willikins
Oh,
here.
please. No, we haven't. One of the first things we uploaded when we started doing this kind of stuff was me talk about like my strip club based anxieties from my marriage. Just like how I always would freak out about not going, that kind of thing.
Wait.
When we were in Montreal for a bachelor party, I just like, we were going, but I was just like, not doing it.
Wait. You have anxiety of going into a strip club?
Not anymore, but I did.
You did.
When I was married, yeah. So.
Not me. I basically live there.
I know Trevor's fine. Trevor took all my
You went for the
about it.
buffet.
He just kind of absorbed it. No, Trevor had fun for the both of us, but no, once I think we did tell the story before, but once after I was single again, like the first thing I was doing, and I was never like a strip club dude, right? But I was like, well, something I could never go, so I'm like, let's go. And Trevor took me to like we were hoping it'd be sleazy, but it ended up being kind of like wholesome because we were at like a lady with us, like our good
A
friend.
wholesome strip club?
Well, yeah, so the strippers were nice to us.
Like a mom and pop place.
Some of them high-fived us on the way out. You know what I mean? Like they were just chill to us. A lady played a trick on me, one of them. I bent over to pick up, I had a bottle of water on the floor. I bent over to pick it up and she dropped one of her feathery earrings in my butt crack and was like, So it was like, they were just like, it was like we're at summer camp, only some of them had their boobs out. It was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think strip clubs are fun. I've been to a few.
Yeah.
Mostly when I've been to them, I just like my jaw hits the floor just because like, oh my God, the upper arm strength that you have to have to climb those poles.
It'd be great if you're like, oh my God, the tits.
Oh my God,
the titties everywhere. A couple years ago.
Oh, I have a story about that. About you and me, Trevor. On my wedding. A tits story. We have a tits story.
Okay.
So for my wedding.
This is the night that I realized I have to stop drinking. I did what?
A tit story at your wedding.
So my story is a little crazy. So I got married in the States because my husband had an accident and he didn't have health insurance. And so I was like, fuck it. This is before Obamacare. I was like, we have to get married. And so we went, technically my husband was concussed when we got married. I don't think he even remembers us getting married. And anyway, a friend of mine later was like, how did you get your husband to ask you to marry him? And I was like, shake the ladder. It's a little too soon. But anyway, so we had to get married. So we had already bought tickets. So we didn't get any of the party or anything. We did that at our 5-year anniversary. So then he couldn't claim that, he was not of sound mind anymore because, he actually married me 5 years later. So anyway, we had bought tickets to go to Vegas to see a friend of ours get married. And then they called their wedding off.
Oh, I know this story now.
And so anyway, I was like, you know what? Let's call Vegas our honeymoon. And we went. I did not know that you should not be in Vegas for more than 3 days. We planned a week-long vacation in Vegas and hated it. And so it was not smart. Anyway, so we ended up hating Vegas. But the good thing about it is Trevor was like, hey, it's a short plane ride. I'll just hop on a plane and come see you.
Well, I was also afraid. I thought I could predict earthquakes at that point. Remember? Did I tell you about that?
I mean,
no. So I was like, there's an earthquake. There was a comet that was coming into the solar system, and every time it lined up with our planet and another planet, there would be a major earthquake. There was one in Christchurch. There was one in all these things. And so I started looking at everything, and I was like, this thing is going to line up with Jupiter and us on this weekend. And I was like, we live on a fault line. So I told my wife, I was like, we got to get out of here. And she's like, you're crazy. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
it's so nice to know that you came to see me not as a wedding gift, but because you were scared of an earthquake. Thank you. Thank you.
Someone just said, Trevor in chat, the worst Avenger, the guy that
I
can
know.
just predict earthquakes.
So like halfway through the weekend, my wife is looking at me. She's like, doesn't seem to be a lot of earthquakes. And then now I'm like hoping for earthquakes, like, because then I'll look like an idiot. And like, and then like I never lived it down until I told her on December 31st of 2019, I was like, I think this coronavirus thing is going to be bad. I'm going to start buying masks. And
The one time you were right. The one time you were right.
No, he was right about something else. What were you right about? There was some
9/11. I was like, 9/11's happening in it. Like it's September 11th. It's going to happen. No one listened.
You know what? But you told me that when I met you, but it was 7:00 at night on 9/11, so that was not a present. But no, there was some.
Anyway, I'm going to finish my story, Dag Nabbit.
Yeah, finish it. Yeah,
So
this is. Hey, don't interrupt Lila and my tit story.
I know. This is our tit story.
I don't want to be the guy that interrupts tit stories.
So Ben and I like did one of these stupid timeshare things to get shows to go to because like went to sit through all the bullshit so that we could get free tickets to shows. So we had gotten, we really wanted to see a Cirque show, but they didn't have any Cirque shows that were available in our price range except for the burlesque show. And so when Trevor came, I was like, hey, we got these tickets for this Cirque show. And I'm from Virginia. And in Virginia, when you go to a show that is like a strip club, they don't show anything. Like they're in bathing suits, essentially. Like you're not allowed to like show tits in Virginia.
You can't show tits in Virginia?
No.
I don't believe you. Yeah, you can't show tits. Like you have to wear pasties.
Yeah.
And so,
Someone in chat is saying, is Cirque short for something? It's Cirque du Soleil. And
yeah, Cirque du
also,
Soleil.
I don't think it was billed as a strip show.
It was a burlesque.
They did a burlesque version.
So you knew it was burlesque. Okay.
I knew. You didn't know it was burlesque?
No, you were like, let's go see Cirque du Soleil.
So it was a burlesque show. And so I thought it was going to be people in bathing suits. And so we both go, me and Ben, you and Amy, and we're sitting down. And then all of a sudden these people come out completely nude and you can see everything. And they're diving into this martini glass backwards and like doing all this stuff. And it was this moment where we were like talking and having a good time. And then as soon as naked people came out, it was like, you do not exist.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
It was it was the most awkward moment. But anyway, so I learned that in places other than Virginia, they show tits and ass, man.
Well, Sam Brown,
I know him.
Sam Brown. Lila?
What, Sam? Yeah, Sam.
Sam Brown, you know Sam Brown.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories is that we were hanging out and Nate is the producer of this show, so I don't know, maybe he'll pop in and give his like telling of that. But
Nate looks so much like Sam, by the way.
They do.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
No, my son is obsessed with Nate. He's only met him like once, but he loves him. And
is it because of the beard? The beard's pretty
I think
great.
it's the beard, because like when he sees other guys with beards in the grocery store, he'll go like, "It's Nate," and I'm like, "It's not Nate. Nate doesn't live here." But like for a long time, like almost a year, every time he saw Sam, he would just call him Nate. And like Sam's over at my house all the time, and I'd be like, "That's not Sam, that's Nate," like that. And he's like, "No, that's Nate." Anyway. Sam Brown, we all went to all white as kids was hanging out in Cape Cod with Sam Brown, and we went to a strip club, and I talked his mom into coming with us, and we thought it was hilarious because you've got like Sam's mom is cool as shit,
I was like, I'm gonna be that mom.
Yeah, and it was rad, like have like an older person there with us. And like only at the end did I realize what a horrible night it was for Sam. Like, because he's sitting there at a strip club with his mom the whole time. And his mom's like freed up, and she's a baby doctor, like she delivers babies for a job. So she would like, we'd be like looking at strippers, and this was a bottoms off strip club, and like somebody would do a strip and she'd be like, she's had a baby. Like she could like point it out. Like she was like a lot of fun. But like, so we had a wonderful night.
Oh my God, I want to go to a strip club with a gynecologist, please. That would be amazing.
And then but then afterwards we were like, that was fun. And Sam's like, that wasn't fun. We're never doing that again. Like kind of thing.
Now, do you think he just had to do you think one of the reasons he was sullen the whole time is because he was just trying not to get hard? Because his mom was there? You know what I mean?
Oh, I can hear people.
Oh, Sam's there because he's with his mother. Sam's with Nate.
Wait, is Sam listening to the
Sam is listening to us. He just piped in. Did you hear that?
I can hear you.
Sam, but I'm honestly just asking too, but
Show your face, God damn it.
No, because he's mad at me.
Sam's a disembodied voice in this show.
I like that.
Someone goes, Sam is here, run. Now, Lila, so this is a story that I just found out about, which is you in Canada, everything's still shut down.
We are in phase 2 of opening up.
And you wanted to play karaoke, and you got so drunk by yourself.
Wait, let me tell the story.
Yeah. All right, you tell the story.
All right. Okay, hold up. All right. Got to back it up just a little bit. So back to the whole thing that you were saying about how people weren't celebrating Canada, right? Because of the 1,500 plus bodies that were found of children, because, it's not a happy thing. So, people are very upset about this, but the problem is, I get it. Be woke. That's the way it should be. This should not be a happy thing, and it's fresh, so people don't want to, celebrate when they just found these bodies. But I'm an immigrant, and I'm really happy to be here. Mm-hmm. And so I had planned a whole outfit. Like I had this giant red dress. I had Canada Day earrings. I had this whole thing ready to go. And then I called my friend and I was like, are we going to celebrate Canada Day? And she's like, we're not celebrating Canada Day. And I'm like, I know it's a good reason not to celebrate, but I really want to celebrate. So I celebrated by myself. In my little
That's the thing about America. Whatever comes out about America, they could be like, it turns out the Americans were actually the Nazis. They would just it was like FDR, he would put on a costume and he was Hitler. Like it turned out that we did the whole thing, and it could come out on the 4th of July and we'd still be like, there's still going to be fireworks though, right? We're still, we can still have hot dogs. But.
And so anyway, so I just got drunk by myself and I was trying to party and my family is lame. So I was like, hey, dance with mommy. And I put on swing dance music and I was like, dance with mommy. And they were all just like, no, I want to play computers. And so then I was like, let's do karaoke with mommy. And I put on karaoke music and they were just like, no, I don't want to do karaoke music. So then
now, do you think your kids know that you're bombed off your ass?
Yes, but I don't try to hide it when it's a fucking fact.
Okay, continue.
But at least I'm a happy drunk mommy. So anyway, so then in my drunken state, I was very mad that nobody wanted to sing karaoke with me or go dancing. And so I called the karaoke place and it only had messages. So I left this very drunken message of, you should really get karaoke night. Here's my name and number.
I thought you told them to lighten up.
No. And then they called me the next day and they were like, we're not able to open it up. And I was just laughing because I was like, oh shit, I called this place when I was drunk. And anyway, they called me again and they said, no, we're not going to do it initially the first time. And then they called me again like a few days ago and they said, actually, because you called, we've decided to open up karaoke. And so, hey-o,
amazing.
They're the first place to open up karaoke July 16th, this next coming Friday. I'm going to be singing karaoke because I can't not show up now.
Right.
So,
now you're like involved.
I know, I'm involved.
Yeah.
See, my heart is bursting with pride right
Yes,
now.
there you go.
Not just because you're my sister, because that shows the unstoppable, uncourageable force of freedom. Whereas of course they let an American up there. An American is going to be like, you guys are being fucking pussies. Open up. And then, and freedom spreads. That's what we're doing.
Open up
That's
so I
me.
can sing Journey.
I know. Adele, get it right.
Oh, thank God.
No,
Journey sucks. Good for you. Journey's the fucking worst. When I hosted karaoke, Journey, oh, God.
Used to be Joan Jett and Pat Benatar. Now it's Adele. Anyway,
Done with that.
but what was I gonna say? Oh crap, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm very excited about karaoke opening up. I'm big, and yes, it's terrible, and I'm not a great singer, but it's except for of course the Hitler rap. But
For those who were not there on the first episode, Lila and I sang the Hitler rap together. That was her and me and my uncle. Oh, I guess your uncle too. Both of our uncles.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Good for you. And Canada's lucky to have you. No, I mean, like, otherwise they'd probably be shut up. They'd be shut down till the next coronavirus.
Right.
So that's good.
Oh, there is something I wanted to tell you guys. I think, okay, Timmy, with your, I think you guys dropped the ball.
What?
With your, God damn it, with your D&D.
What's
I
that?
think you dropped the ball on some marketing.
We don't talk about D&D on Flagship. This is a way.
No.
Trevor
No.
Country is really cool.
Hey, Sam,
No.
there, just hit that mute button, baby. All right.
Wait, what?
No,
Hold
not
up.
on you. I meant on your brother. Okay.
Oh.
You can't mute Trevor in Trevor Country.
We can mute Trevor and Trevor Country because the last time I started talking about video games, the chat lit up. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Video
saying.
games are cool.
You
He's
can't
like
mute me
cool.
here.
He's like 1978 cool. Like, he's like, I'm going to drive my car backwards and drink a beer with Burt Reynolds. I'm like, that's not happening anymore.
This is like
Look at his
this is
fucking
like in
hat.
that Frodo world where I'm the big fireball eye that was up in the air. Whatever that.
I've often thought about you as like, yes, the center of all evil that influences everybody. Absolutely.
Is that what he was?
Yeah, that's Mordor is his country. Sauron, that's Sauron. Yeah.
I just thought he looked cool.
Sauron.
I was just the cool looking guy. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, I think y'all, when you were trying to raise money, but you guys raised all your money, right? Have you not?
We're
What's
getting
the deal?
No, we have a lot more
You're
money
getting
to raise.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you should buy a fucking 3D printer. And yeah, look at your face. Look at your face. You guys should have created D&D minis of your characters
great
that you
idea.
created.
I still think that'd be a great idea. And it's not too late for that either. I think it's great. Did
You guys should have made 3D. I've been painting miniatures lately, and I just sold my first miniature
Oh, great.
of Venom. But like,
Did you
dude,
play a
you
Marvel
should-
game or you're just painting miniatures?
Oh my God, have you heard of the Kickstarter Marvel United?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Wait,
okay, guys.
I was gonna get
Okay, guys.
so mad.
Okay,
I
guys.
love it.
Okay.
Don't continue. Don't listen.
Okay,
to me.
guys. This
I
is
just one thing. But someone made us dice for us and sent them to me, Lila. And so they made a Whitest Kids 2D. See, it's got a logo on it, a coin thing. And then the 20D, the one is the drawing of my butthole, which is from one of our episodes. Can't really see it. It's a little blurry. Anyways, it's a drawing of my butthole.
Thank you for showing me your butthole in the form of a dice. I really appreciate
No,
that.
Timmy has a 7-spoke butthole.
Yeah. It's they're not common.
But
You'll have
anyway, I feel like you should have done that. You should have sold them for painted to the highest contributor or whatever.
That's the thing. It's like who's gonna do it though? That's the thing. I do drawings.
Somebody in the chat saying that they would do it. They're like, yeah.
Your sister's literally like, I'm painting figurines. You're like, yeah, but who would paint figurines for us? And I have that friend, Sidecar, who he was 3D printing Whitest Kids nightlights, and he brought them over, and they're really cool. He's like, yeah, you guys should sell them for merch. I'm like, yeah. And then like we just never brought it up. Never. He's like, I know how we could do it. I'm like, cool. But we've never been, we've never really been good at merch. It took us 20 years to sell t-shirts, So
Wait, 20 years like to sell them all?
No, I mean just like to really get into selling t-shirts. We didn't do it till like last summer.
I mean, people would love to have like a random D&D character show up in their game that's, like this.
You know what? I think you have a good idea.
Lila, I told this story last time Lila was on, but this is a story I love about Lila. Is Lila wanted to make necklaces for nerds.
They're not necklaces, they're scarves.
You're gonna make scarves for nerds at like one of these like
with Vega Street Fighter characters on them.
Sure. You mean like
Frosty
scarves,
Faust,
like the bandana kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she like made them all, and she spent a good amount of money, like $1,000 or something.
No, not 1,000. I don't have money like that.
And
she has 30,000 questions. You mean two? Yeah, $1,000. Anyways,
and she went up to like a Minions con or whatever the fuck, and like she
Fausting.
Yeah, she was like dressed like the aunt from Big Hero 6 or I don't know.
You were the worst. I was Wonder Woman. God damn it. Get it right.
and she goes up and she had all these necklaces or these, what are they called? Scarves? She had all these scarves.
Is it kerchiefs? Is that the right word?
They're scarves.
They're scarves.
Scarves.
You want me to go get one and put it on?
Anyway. No. That would be death for this show. So she goes and she gets all these, necklaces or kerchiefs, and then she called me and she was bummed, and I was like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "Well, I bought all these kerchiefs up to this comic convention."
Kerchiefs.
And she's like, "And I tried them out all on myself, but I forgot that everyone who goes to these conventions has big jumbo fat necks."
They're not fat. I'm just an idiot.
That is a quote. You said they have big jumbo fat necks.
You are so full of shit. I hate you so much.
Well, why? Is that not true? I've been to these things.
No, it's just that, I've got a tiny turkey neck, and so to put that, it's like it only fits children.
So I
get it. Only fit children.
Right. I like little kids' necks. Yeah. Like, because I have a bigger neck, so you'd have to figure it out for me. You guys, if people haven't met Trevor or his sister in real life, they're like those the people that make the clones from Attack of the Clones. They're big, tall, skinny.
We're monsters.
We look like Slendermans. We're a family of Slendermans.
Hello, Slenderman.
I just love the idea of Lila being having her little booth at this comic convention, and people going and trying them on and being like, "Chigomba, Tide Wanda,"
Excuse me, do you have any UTDs in there? They're the ones who can wear these.
Oh my God. Yeah, you got to start making them begin, but all your sizes are like Star Wars words, right?
I know, yeah. UTD or Yugini Wanda.
I don't even know. Dude, I think that's the most fun fake language to pretend you're talking, right? Jabba's really Huttese. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. It is Huttese. Anyways.
Yes.
I
do it whenever I'm at a restaurant and I see a table of fat people. I'll do it, and my wife will be like, she'll give me like a dead eye. She'll be like, "No."
Wait, they did that?
I'm kidding. I don't do that.
The Mandalorian brought back Jabba, yeah? They did.
They brought back Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, a new Jabba.
Briefly. No, it's not a new Jabba, but someone else takes over Jabba's throne. But that's like a huge spoiler if someone hasn't finished it.
See, now I'm torn.
Sorry. Oh God.
No, it's okay.
Now I'm torn.
It's been weeks. You should have caught up by now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep this away from nerd shit, but this is nerd shit that I like.
You are a nerd, and we've been fucking over this.
This is the nerd ship.
I will always bring up this story. We were on a tour bus in 2006 for our sketch comedy group's tour. And we're on the bus. Somebody was playing a video game. I was reading a comic book. Someone else was talking about a video game or something. And somebody, I can't remember if it was Trevor, Zack, or Darren, one of those guys goes, "My God, we're all a bunch of nerds." And I was like, yeah, we're in a sketch comedy group. Like this didn't just happen overnight, you know, like we're
Right.
dorks. We've been dorks the whole time. Trevor and I became friends because he likes Star Wars as much as me, and he's like the only person I knew that did at the time. Now
Right,
we've
yeah.
heard, but you know,
That's true.
true.
You got me into being a Star Wars nerd.
Trevor likes Weird Al so much. That's the dorkiest thing in the world. I'm sorry, Lila.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Weird Al was Canadian.
He's not.
And so
He's from California. What?
He's not Canadian.
He's from
wait,
Canada.
he's not Canadian?
No, he's from
No,
Southern
he's not
California.
Canadian. Are you kidding? He's too fucking smart to be a Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. He was in like what architecture school? And he was
I
singing
act
the
like
theme.
I grew up here.
Dude, he is from Southern California for sure.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But maybe I'm confusing it just because he did that.
Well, because most comedians are
and
Canadian.
no, he did that sketch comedy one of Canadian Idiot. Maybe that's why.
Yes, he did the
okay,
parody.
but that was a Green Day song,
It
American.
was a parody of
American Idiot. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a parody. Maybe that's why I thought it, but I don't know. Somebody told me that he was Canadian though, but I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
probably some dumb Canuck.
honestly though, like
Was there-
comedians, especially kind of from his generation, like if you guess they're Canadian, like you're gonna be right a lot of the time. So many of those people are Canadian, right?
Yeah.
I want to clarify something because people are like, you're in denial about being a nerd. I'm not.
He
I'm
just
not.
doesn't want to be nerdy on this.
No. I'm not. I like Star Wars.
Right.
You know what? I love Star Wars.
Right. Me
I like
too.
the prequels.
Yeah. Why not?
I actually had two of my best friends in the world are coming out to visit me, and
nice.
they called me and we're talking about because I've hung out with these guys since I was a kid, like in school and everything, and they told me that they told me something. They were like, well, you're a shitty friend, and I was like, what do you mean? Like we're all like tight, and they were like, no, like when the Phantom Menace came out. Like we all got there at 5 a.m. and we camped out for the midnight showing. So we stayed the whole day, like from 5 a.m. like all the way to like 10 o'clock is when they gave the tickets, kind of thing for the midnight showing. And it was first come, first serve. So we're all in line. Thank God we weren't dressed up or anything, but like people were dressed up and we were sitting in there and we spent the whole day out in the sun, just me and my friends and stuff. And then we got the tickets, and then so our showing was at like 12:15. We got the second showing. It was going to be like the 15 minutes after the 12 o'clock. And then right as we were going in, we were all excited. Somebody was like, somebody wanted to be in the 12:15. He was like, I have a ticket for the 12 o'clock. Like, does anybody want to trade at 12:15? I was like, boom, me. So I could go see it 15 minutes earlier. And my friends were like, what the fuck? Like, we've been here all day. And I was like, I'm going to see it quicker. And I left. And they and I'd forgotten about this, but then they were both bringing it up this week when they were talking to me. They were like, yeah,
You are a piece of shit.
They're like, you're a shitty friend. I was like, what? I got to see it earlier. It's fine. Who cares? I talk to you guys all the time. Like,
I can't believe you did that. It's like, that is wrong on so many levels. Oh my God.
Yeah, because like you went through a thing together.
Yeah.
And then you just ditched
like,
at the last minute.
yeah. That's
but I
fucked
see these assholes every day. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk to them through the whole movie? Like, I guess that's what they
Be there
wanted.
together.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, my daughter and I are going to. We're going to go see Black Widow, which is fine. But like, I haven't been to a movie since COVID and stuff.
Pandemic, yeah.
So, like that's a big deal. We're not going to talk during, and if she does, I take her presents back. But
Wait. She might not know. Does she know? Like, how is she on like
she's
Marvel
fine.
canon?
She knows.
Like,
what? As far as like remembering not to talk in a movie?
no, like like what if she needs help like knowing certain characters?
Oh no,
and what they're...
she's past me already. I explained this to Trevor a couple weeks ago. Like she knows stuff about Star Wars, Marvel, that stuff that I don't. Like it's past me.
Wait, I wasn't listening. What are you gonna go see?
A movie.
Black Widow.
Black Widow. So she
Oh.
was asking what if she doesn't know this, that, or the other thing. It's like
Can you not watch Black Widow at home?
you can, but we haven't been to a movie in a long time, and so we're gonna go.
Oh, I'm not going to theaters anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't ask you.
Okay. I Anyway, what I was gonna
Why, are
say.
you scared of being shot up in a movie theater, Trevor? Is that what's going on?
What about opinion that'll just make everyone mad? We got you figured out, you fucking hat.
You're just a shit stirrer, eh?
What?
You're just a shit stirrer, eh?
He is.
I got a job to do.
Yo, wait. The cactus shirt that matches your hat, you're just slowly getting more Western by the day, man. I love it.
Well, you know.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying. It's like, I know I'm a nerd.
Right.
But even from a nerd, some of this shit, I'm like, this is too nerdy. And when we start getting into D&D like that, like, I'm not Johnny Football Team. You know, like I I'm not that guy, but I'm also not 3D printing toys to paint and fucking like, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not a nerd. That's where I was going.
Of course, within you.
But I get you. So I get what you're saying. What I don't agree with is I don't think that there are certain subjects that are considered too nerdy, because I think you can be a nerd about anything. Like my dad is a nerd about the Minnesota Twins. He knows, like, he can name like every player from the last 40 years. You're a nerd, But
someone said Trevor's a fucking normie. That's what I am. I'm a normie.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I want to be a normie. I think you try hard to be a normie.
You know what's funny is there's a lot of moms and aunts out there who call themselves weird. Like my blanket's orange because I'm weird. It's like, well, that's not weird.
Yeah.
Right. You always know someone's not weird when they say that they're weird.
Yeah.
And so I guess maybe you are a normie because you didn't call yourself one. I don't know.
Exactly.
But no, there's people who just get too nerdy about things, and I agree with that. One time, Zack, Sam, and I were in a cab, and it was shortly after Sam and I got Nintendo Wii's the day they came out, because we both went to audition for a part in 30 Rock, and we knew we didn't get it. That's the part that ended up going to Will Forte, I guess. So Sam and I both were there at the same time. So then it was the day Nintendo Wii's were coming out, like in 2006. So we went and stood in line and got Nintendo Wii's. And then like a week later, we're both talking about Nintendo Wii's in a cab ride with Zack for like 10, 15 minutes of straight Nintendo Wii talk. And Zack, he's sitting on the like there's three of us in the back of the cab, Zack sitting on that. And at one point he just goes, guys, oh my God. So we're just like Nintendo for 15 minutes. And Zack's like, you guys. Seriously?
But that's insane. That's insane because Zack is the most video game obsessed of anyone.
Right, but I don't. What? He might not have been at that point. This was a long time ago, so I don't know. But I think he just didn't like here. It was like late. We might have been going to a Whitest Kids Shoot thing, so it might have been like early in the morning. And we were just like about it. And he was just like, you guys, like, we're just talking about like Mario, Zelda, whatever, so.
Yeah.
He was not into
it. Chat is saying, have Trevor's sister diagnose him. So here's the thing.
Diagnose you?
Yeah, diagnose me. Chat frequently back when Newsboys.
I know too
by
much.
The way, what?
I know too much.
Yeah. No, this is great. I'm not afraid of this. This is fine.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. I got to pause for a second. Lila, are you a psychiatrist or something?
No.
No, but she's got all the dirt on me.
No, it's because I'm a medical editor. Mm-hmm. Trevor has come to me for diagnoses in the past, and I'm like, Trevor, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, because I'm a hypochondriac, and so I always am like, Lila, am I gonna die? Like, that.
I have no medical training whatsoever. I look at medical texts and make sure that the punctuation and spelling is accurate.
But so chat. So there used to be a show, Newsboys. It's coming back. Isn't this? Wait, guys. By the way, isn't this sad? Like, this is only 3 more. This is wrapping up. We've got a half hour left.
It is sad.
And then we only have 2 more episodes of the flagship show. I'm going to do so the last episode is going to be a big celebration. It's going to be a celebration of life. It's going to be a blowout of like looking back. We're going to show clips. You're both invited back to just come on and talk about your favorite memories.
Wait, is that 2 weeks from now?
Aww.
2 weeks from now, you can come
I'm gonna
on.
be fucking gone, man. Okay.
Lila, could you play the ukulele?
I do.
Could you? Yeah, right.
I do.
Yeah. Could you?
I wasn't questioning.
Oh, I thought you were.
I do.
Could you do me a favor and learn "The Wind Beneath My Wings"?
I could learn
On the
my
banjo
accordion.
lele or the ukulele? Which one
Yeah,
do
you
you
know
want?
that. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. You know, that kind of I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. If you would learn that, I'd appreciate it, and I would let you play it on the show as like as a part of the final thing. Is that
Done.
cool?
Lila,
Great.
have you ever
Done.
performed as a one-woman act called ukulele? No.
Oh no, that's actually what I wanted my YouTube video channel to be, ukulele. But
Oh,
but yeah, I couldn't figure out how to name the channel that, and so I didn't because I'm not savvy. So
Yeah.
but
No,
yeah,
I have an
ukulele is.
accordion, and I
Yep.
want to learn how to play it.
You have an accordion?
I have a beautiful accordion, but I don't know how to play it. I'm gonna learn this year is what I want to do. So we'll see.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need
Got new
to
scraps.
Weird Al it up, man.
All right.
Hell yeah.
What I was going to say was before this show, and what will come after
sorry.
this show was a thing
There we go,
called the Newsboys, and it was Zack and I, and we talked about the news, and we just shot the shit. We're both effortlessly charismatic, and so people loved it. Then he left. Wasn't sure I could do it. I've talked about this again. I fucking killed it. It's amazing. But back in the Newsboys days, people used to think that Zack and I were sociopaths. And then once everyone left, or when Zack left, everyone started saying that I was a sociopath. And so there's debate. And so what chat was saying is, Lila's here. No one knows me better than Lila.
True.
Lila, in your opinion, and it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. Whatever I am, I love it. Like, if I'm a sociopath, great. I like being a sociopath. Fine. But so this is my question to you. In your opinion, do you think that I'm a sociopath?
So I'm looking up what the definition of a sociopath is. And the definition of a sociopath is a person with a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior and a lack of conscience. That is not you.
Aha!
There is nobody on this earth that I know that has more of a conscience than Trevor.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Is that necessarily sweet? No, it's just a fact. It's,
Okay.
you're a person who, you weigh positives and negatives a lot, and you think about it a lot. So sociopath would not be the correct term if that is what the definition is. But what is a psychopath?
You think Trevor's a psychopath?
Well, look it up. I don't know.
Let's find out. Because I don't know what.
Suffering from chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior. That would be closer.
Wait,
Here's
abnormal or violent?
Hold on.
Oh,
Look
my
at this
violent.
one. This is an article comparing psychopathy to sociopathy. Psychopaths tend to be more manipulative, can be seen by others as more charming, lead a semblance of a normal life, and minimize risk in criminal activities. Sociopaths tend to be more erratic, rage-prone, and unable to lead as much of a normal life. So
Wait.
No,
I'm a
not a
sociopath.
sociopath.
Trevor's a psychopath.
I'm a psychopath?
Well, listen to that. Psychopaths
You'd be
tend to be
closer
more
of the two
manipulative,
if I had to choose.
can be seen by others as more
1 second.
charming, lead a semblance of a normal life, and minimize risk in criminal activities. I mean, that's, dude, I'm not saying manipulative in a bad way, but I mean, you fit psychopath pretty well.
I'm
But
I'm fucking charming as shit.
Exactly. And I fit sociopath to me, more erratic, rage prone, unable to lead as much of a normal life. Although I am I guess I'm the most textbook normal of all the whitest kids because I'm just like a fucking dad with a job, but I don't know.
But they said psychopaths are violent. I'm very non-violent.
This doesn't say violent in this.
Oh, that's what.
The sociopaths tend to be more rage prone. It doesn't say violent, rage prone. I'm not violent, but I am fucking rage prone. So fuck you.
Yeah. It's Liam RN says you cannot label Trevor. He is something unknown to mankind. I like that. I like that eventually they'll put whatever. Whenever I finish doing what I'm doing, they'll put it in.
You mean accidentally kill yourself with your still in a month?
whenever I go out in my blaze of glory, I bet they open up my brain and they start a new thing where they're like, where it's like a Trevor path, and they start naming people that.
Yeah. He's the guy that dies in a cloud of gin smoke.
Yeah, Lila, I bought a still. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah, I think you said because you told me that you were going to send me some of whatever you make, and I was like, you do realize that people who used to make their own liquor back in the day, like, messed up, and like in the alcohol that they created, like they paralyzed themselves. Like that was like.
No. So a very kind viewer reached out to me, and he was like, hey, I do this, like I bootleg. And he was like, I can help you. Like, I'll talk you through it. So I started chatting with him, and it's super dangerous, but I feel like I got it going. He gave me some good advice where he was like, your first run, just do a thing of Everclear. So I got a bunch of buddies that are going to come over, and we're going to do like a moonshining like weekend. But like first we're just going to do some Everclear, because he says there's chemicals in the stills that you bought. I got mine from China. You remember China? From last year. You remember China?
I don't have a problem with chemicals.
So I'm getting advice. I'm getting advice from pros.
I got a good chat comment on this. Half Sack 86 says Trevor can't run OBS, but he can run a still that might explode or turn him blind. Okay. Hey, but you have been running OBS. Or no, who's running it?
No, Nate's running it now. I ran it for like the first 6 shows, and it was a shit show. It was like, I knew how I was good with the timing of getting all the videos to play, but I couldn't get the audio. And I think I honestly blame a lot of it being that I do it all from a MacBook.
Yeah.
You know.
I can see that.
I mean, I say give it a whirl.
Do I have a drink I can have? Let me go see.
I say give it a whirl, but and I will have at least one sip of whatever you send me, but I will be a little skeptical. I'll wait till you've drank like 2 bottles or so, and then I'll partake of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, Rongina goes, I did it from a MacBook, so all right, I don't have that. Thanks, Rongina. Rongina is a great guy. He's like he's really helped the movie out and everything, and he helped me out on one of the shows, and he just kind of blew my whole spot where I was like blaming it on my computer, but he has the same computer as me, so there you go.
It's nice that you created relationships with these people who have been supporting your show. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I don't have as much of a relationship as I would like with the people. Like I'm just bad at I know that whatever, if I were to actually be diagnosed, ADD would be only the beginning of it. Like I feel like OCD is the big thing.
Well, how much am I allowed to say on this show?
Oh, I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
I know everything.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. No, I have a myriad of mental problems.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
hey, Ron says he's got the OCD. There you go.
Well, yeah, it's hard for me to leave rooms. That's the thing with the OCD, like that kind of thing.
Did I tell all these people the time that I came to visit you and we went cycling? We went on bikes down the beach.
Wait, what?
So I remember I was following you. It was kind of a funny story about your OCD. Is I was following you, and we were cycling down like the beach when we went to see you, and you were showing me this place where there was this big landslide that had happened, and
all these people died.
Yeah, and you were showing that area to me, and so anyway. There was this part where there was this bridge where we were supposed to go under, but I didn't know where we were going. And so you're like, here, you have to get off your bike to go under the bridge. And so we got off the bike, and I was following you with my bike, and then you went in under the bridge, and then you turned around and came back, and you started going in a circle, and I was following you the whole time. And it's like, oh shit, it's Trevor's thing. Like, God damn it. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I don't know. You're not even really a psychopath. And you're medicated now. So like, the things that go along with that things that got scary are no longer scary. I'm medicated myself. I have crippling anxiety to the point where I won't leave my house if I don't take medication. So
that's that old more not leave the house gene.
Yeah.
Is that from your ancestors who were out in Virginia in the middle of nowhere, just like burying guns and stuff like that by their,
No, our ancestors were out there fucking shit up and being on the wrong side of history. And,
right,
now,
the Jamestown guy.
And now they're like, there's shows about how much of an asshole they were.
Now,
medication is good. And, it's there for a reason to make you be able to function and yada, yada. So
someone says, please tell me your ancestors were slavers. I am sure they were. They like, I would be so shocked if they were not. like of all the things they've been on the wrong side, that they wouldn't be on the wrong side of that.
Right. My ancestors were they got here after that, so I'm pretty safe from that, as far as I know, anyways. But I'm on things too.
Your ancestors give all the boys in your house a book.
Oh yeah.
What?
There's a book.
Pissed off about it still.
There's a big family book that like tells the whole lineage of everyone. And
they only gave it to people with dicks, apparently, because that matters.
Not everyone, just the firstborn men get it.
You get in the history book?
Well, get the book.
The book about like the history of the family.
So are you in the book? Does it get updated? Like you'll be in the book?
No. It stops like around the 1800s or whatever like that. But like, and then people like put in Xeroxes from letters and stuff. Like people update it. But like I was like, last time Lila was on, I was like, hey, let's go through this book. And Lila's like, what book? And I'm like, what do you mean what book? And she was like, there's a book. I'm like, you didn't get the book? And then yeah.
Oh man, it's just for dudes, just the firstborn son.
Yeah,
that is some biblical old school shit, man. Like
they were probably just afraid that if they gave it to the women, they'd just go and like sell it for shoes.
Well, whatever. You didn't get a dowry.
You got a dowry? Hell
yeah. No.
Just like a couple chickens and a nice steer.
Oh, guys, we got 15 minutes left. What do we want to talk about? I think this has worked. We had a little kerfluffle at the beginning. Then we all started like not talking over each other. And I think this has been great. I think you guys have good chemistry together.
Yeah. Things we wanted to talk about.
Thank you.
I wanted to tell more stories about our family.
Do it. You got one?
Do you remember the time that Mom set the forest on fire?
I do.
Holy
shit. What is this
what is
like?
This? We got a matrix. We got oh my God, is Anonymous visiting us?
I don't know, but this is referencing two different Wachowski films.
Is this Anonymous?
I know, that's what I was just thinking. I was
like, we can't hear you, Anonymous. Guy Fawkes. Is Guy Fawkes talking or just sitting?
You know what I think happened?
Don't adjust your computer. This is Anonymous. Anonymous is here.
Wow.
We have taken over.
Oh, man.
Wow, this is
this is actually the U.S. government in disguise. Do you remember that?
I am starstruck right now.
You are hacked. You have been hacked by Anonymous.
Is this Q? Is this Q?
This is Q. Q. What do you want to know?
So wait, Sam, you don't have a bit you're going to? You just like came on? Like, come on, are we going anywhere?
This is not Sam. This is Anonymous.
Q. Trevor,
also known as
listen up.
Q.
It's Q.
Okay. Also, we threw that out. That he was.
No, I was getting.
You're
to
right.
that.
We did. We
you
gave
cut
him
me off.
Okay. Well, where were you going?
I was gonna say I'm Q. And
no, you
weren't. Leak some vital information about the government.
Did you just come in here without a bit?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
He found a
Guys.
button for the Matrix part and a button for the Guy Fawkes mask and just did it.
Storm the White House.
Hey,
Oh,
Q,
Guys,
I
storm
just
the
want you
White
to
House.
know-
Everyone
Like
storm
that
the White
Jurassic
House.
Park quote is like, you were so caught up with whether or not you could that you didn't think of whether you should.
That's Jurassic Park.
That's what he said.
I didn't hear that.
I showed my daughter Independence Day, and so now she's seen both movies where Jeff Goldblum goes, must go faster.
Yeah,
What?
Guys, Q's here, and you don't have any
Q's-
questions for Q?
Q, I want you to know that when I said, when I talked about you not having a bone, trying hard not to have a bone at the strip club, like, I didn't mean that to make fun of you. I was saying that's probably hard to do, and maybe that's why you're quiet. You know?
That you said that about Sam Brown, not about Q.
Oh, okay. Well, could you let Sam know? Because you guys are in the same window. So
No, we're not.
I will say that I think Sam Brown had a rock hard cock the whole time.
I'm sure he didn't.
In front of his mother?
I'm so sure.
In front of his mother?
I think in front of his
Q,
mother.
wait, but you guys, we don't need to ponder this. I mean, this is Q we're talking to. Q, find out. I mean, you have access to all this
I
information.
did find out. I checked some leaked documents and some Q level shit, and there was no boner.
There was no boner.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
That sounds
I
like
heard-
something
I heard
Kanye
that-
West would
that-
type out of.
At that point in time, it was the hardest, the most rock hard 3 inches in the whole Northeast.
Yeah, you would. You would have heard that from fucking Joe Rogan or some shit.
Well, I
Wait a
forgot
minute.
that Q hates Joe Rogan.
I was
Yeah,
going
Q
to say, I
hates Joe
refuse to
Rogan.
believe that Q hates Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Someone
Q hates
says,
it.
"LOL, Q for the queefster."
Yeah, don't call Q that. I'll fucking hack you. 1990.
All right, we got 10 minutes. Q, what the fuck? You can stay here too, I guess, if you want. Lila, so do you have any other stories you wanted to tell? And then
No, I was just gonna tell that story about when Mom was.
Oh yeah, she burned down the thing.
Yeah, she burned down the thing. So our house was completely surrounded by forest.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Used to be.
And our parents would set fires all the time of brush and what have you. And I guess one day Mom decided to do it, but she decided to do it in a place that we didn't normally set the brush fires. And anyway, I remember that she set the fire and we were watching and the fire started slowly going up this tree outside. And like, you and I were both like, what? Why did you set a fire this close to trees? And Mom was like, oh, don't worry about it. Let's go inside and have dinner. And you and I were both sitting there having dinner. And we were just like looking out the back window and this fire just kept going up this tree. And then halfway through dinner, Mom's like, go get your super soakers.
Yeah, I remember that being fun. Is like we got to load up the super soakers and try to put out a fire that we couldn't put out with a super soaker. So eventually the fire department had to come. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, all right, at least we get to use our super soakers.
No, I was hanging out with Dad once, and Dad had basically made 2 giant 7-foot piles of sticks and brush and everything. And he had them 10 feet apart from each other. And then he went on them with gasoline and he just dumped gasoline on all of it. And then he was like, here, watch this. This is going to be cool. And his idea was that he was going to shoot both of them so he'd set a bow and arrow. He'd set a arrow on fire. And so he was going to shoot the bow and arrow into the sticks and have it explode. But he stood in between the 2 piles. And so as he was getting the arrow ready, the fumes went up and they basically connected in the air. So he's standing in the middle of these fumes and he shot it and it was like, boom. And then it just went through him like that and blew up the thing behind him. And then he jumped out and his eyebrows were singed.
I was going to say, is that the the time he lost his eyebrows?
Yeah, he lost his eyebrows and he like jumped out and he was like, oh, I guess the fumes connected like that. And I was like, holy shit, dude. You know?
We should have just recorded the last like a minute or 2 minutes and then just like made a commercial and it just says Virginia.
Virgin. No, I remember there were did you ever have any aha moments when you like from living a sheltered life and then like going to a big city and you're like, oh shit, I was taught completely incorrectly. One that I had was Mom had always taught me that if I smelled gas to light a match.
What?
Why?
That's not, I don't think that's a Virginia thing.
Was that what was the lesson then?
Your mom really didn't like you, huh?
I know. I was sitting there and like, so here's the thing. I went to the city and like a friend of mine was like, I smelled gas. And I was like, oh, get a match. And she was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was just like, Mom told me to light a match and Mom would do it all the time. She'd be like, oh, she's like, she would say open the windows, but she's like, open the windows and light a match. And so, anyway, she's like, that'll get rid of all the gas. And so I did that. And my friend thought I was trying to get, that's exactly what she said. She's like, did your mom like you? She was like,
I like that Mom and Dad are like, God, 2 kids is so much work.
We should I gotta say, I'm starting to warm up to this character. I think we should name him Baba Kiwi, right? Because he kind of reminds me of like the dude from Howard Stern show that would pipe in with shitty jokes, you know? Not shitty, like mean joke, not shitty. It was a great joke.
I'm Q.
Yeah, Baba
Q.
Kiwi.
Baba
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Baba Kiwi.
I remember going up. I gotta just keep moving, guys. I gotta keep moving.
Did you read the donos?
Dude, my donos aren't updating, so I still have donos from a week ago.
Q, could you read the donos for the show tonight?
Well, you got some subs and some resubs. I can read those. Raging Polly.
Thank you, Raging Polly.
Gifted a bunch of subs.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Q's mom, get out of here.
Oh, Q's mom.
Q's mom,
It's
get
Q's
the
mom?
fuck out
I
of here.
missed her.
Hey, Q's mom, remember when we went to the strip club?
No. Q's mom doesn't know what you're talking about, and Q's mom should get out
I just want to say to Q's mom, that was one of the most fun times I've ever been to a strip club.
It was
And-
great.
Q's mom, how can you tell if a woman has had a child?
Oh yeah, Q's mom. I pointed out that we saw it was a bottoms off strip club, and a lady spun around the pole. And I still think is the funniest thing. You pointed at her and you go, "She's had a baby."
Stop encouraging her.
Is she there?
Q's mom's
hi.
had too much to drink tonight.
Hi, Q's mom. Oh, I hope you've had good wine, Q's mom.
Tequila. She drinks
Oh,
tequila.
Q's
Hell
mom
yeah.
getting crazy.
Hell yeah, Q's mom.
Ah, fuck.
It's almost
This
midnight over there.
happens way more than you would think in Anonymous. This happens
Hell yeah.
like all
Well, that's because
the
you guys are all
fucking
based
time.
out of your mom's basements,
I
right?
was going to
So
say,
they're all
or
right there.
just as much as you think. Yeah.
Someone says Kathy Q is the best.
Kathy Q. That's adorable.
My God, guys, this has been. We still have a couple more minutes. This has been a fantastic. I mean, this is Q. I don't know if you heard this, but this is the goodbye month for the flagship. So every week, it's a celebration.
It finally got canceled.
No.
That's why Anonymous is coming on. We're canceling you.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They're going to find out all the awful things that you say
Okay.
regularly.
Ron Gina just went off.
Oh, Ron Jada, thank you.
Ron Gina just gifted a
Are
bunch
the
of subs. A lot
donos
of people.
not happening, or are they just now? Is the feed not working?
Nobody donates for this show because I never read them. Like,
Oh, okay.
I think
Ron Gina just donated,
realized-
didn't they?
no, Ron Gina.
That's a
Ron Gina.
subscription thing,
Yeah, but like,
which is also awesome. But
yeah.
different.
This is more of a conversation show, and I'm not good at. I'm not like I shouldn't be doing these shows, and like like I'm not good at them. But like, but God damn it, like it works.
I don't think any of us are very good at this except Sam, but I like doing it too. So
Yeah.
Who's Sam?
Oh, he's like the well, I don't know. Since he's not here, I mean, he's like the worst member of the group, but he is really good at Twitch. So yeah.
All right. Are there any more donos, Q?
There's no donos. It's all subs.
Yeah, Ron Gina gifted 20 subs.
Ron. Oh.
All right. Well, all right. So we've got a couple more. This is it. This is the end.
Okay.
What do we say? What do we do here? This has been fantastic.
Thanks.
Huh?
Thanks.
That's good. That's a good
That's good.
start. We should go around and everybody say thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
No. To me.
Don't
to me.
adjust your computer's cues out.
Lila, thank
All
you
right,
for
bye,
also
Q.
being here.
Bye, Q.
No, thanks for having me a second time. Because initially you had me on just because I didn't have my karaoke nights anymore, and I appreciate that. But karaoke's starting next week, so I guess can't do it anymore.
You know what I appreciate is you taking that. What people would say is a setback. It was like you wanted to do karaoke and you couldn't, and then what you did is you brought that unquenchable light of American freedom up there to that Marx reading, fucking snow cone eating,
Mark's reading.
country of yours, and you just basically were like, you can't cover up this flame, and it's the flame of freedom. Boom. And now everything's opening, and I love that about you. Among other things, I love you.
Someone said, "What's my favorite song to sing?" My favorite song to sing is "Tyrone" by Erykah Badu. That's my favorite one.
I was a Livin' La Vida Loca guy for quite a while.
Oh,
Timmy, how much does it mean to you to be on the show a second time?
So much. I mean, immeasurable is really the word I would say. Immeasurable.
Mhm.
I mean, how can you quantify the feeling you get from being here?
No,
Did I oversell it?
Genuinely.
Genuinely? Did
Yeah.
I oversell it?
No. But I mean, it's a big moment.
Right.
Like, this is Carson pulling someone over to the couch. Like to come back a
so let me
second
check.
time.
Hold on. Let me see. Okay, your PayPal went through to me. So yeah, it's been great. It's been really great. I'm really glad you brought me on. And yeah, even if you didn't give me $50 just now to say this is great, I mean, this is fucking great. Like I've had a good time. And honestly, but really, like I really have had fun. The show you and I did was great. It's Lila's obviously very good at this, and just hanging out and talking. Yeah, you're great. You're a great guest. So yeah, this has been fun.
talk.
Yep.
And I'm gonna miss it. And I'm gonna kind of hate Zack. Like I'll have a new reason to kind of hate Zack for like the rest of our lives because he'll be back and ruin this. So
I believe in
Fuck you,
some
Zack.
way. I believe in some way the flagship will live on.
I think we could,
in some way or form, the flagship. You can't stop something with momentum like this. So I want to thank all of Trevor Country. I want to thank Trevor Country. You guys.
He downgraded you. He downgraded you to a town.
Oh no! I
last
misspoke.
week.
By the way, pat on the back to me. I got myself fucking wasted in the first 10 minutes, and I powered through this thing. Like
You did. Good job.
I messed up.
That was like me last time. I made sure to drink beer this time.
Yeah,
Trevor, what'd you get slammed on?
I'm tired because I had a very long day, and so I was like, I'm going to do a Red Bull vodka, and I'm not a vodka drinker.
Yeah.
And so then I was talking about how this is a dumb idea as I was talking, but I was looking at chat and I was looking at Lila, and then I realized I don't know how much of this I poured in here, and I was like, I'll taste it, and it tasted fucking delicious. And then like 10 minutes in, I was like, I'm fucked. But I pulled it together the best I could. Again, all this is thank you to Trevor Country. The movie is fantastic. Or if this is the first time watching, we're all this is to raise money for a movie called Mars. Right now, we'll change that name, but and my God, it looks terrific. It's doing great, and it's only because of you guys. So thank you again, Lila. I love you more than like anybody. Well, not like my wife or my kid, but you're right below them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
I love you the right amount to love a sibling.
I love you the same amount too.
Exactly. Timmy,
Yeah.
fucking love you. This has been fantastic. I'm sad there's only 2 more episodes. You guys should come back for the final one.
Well, that last weekend, I'm not gonna. I'll be gone from this and the at Triple S. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'd say, Timmy, you got 2 weeks to cancel whatever you're doing because nothing is going to be more important than the final episode of the Flagship. I would like to raid Fantastic Plastics if we could set that up.
Got it. Okay.
And next week I believe we have James Adomian. He'll be the last original guest on the show, and then 2 weeks from now we'll be doing the big finale. And I think we'll all, hopefully you guys will both be back. Lila, hopefully you can learn Wind Beneath My Wings.
Hey, oh yeah, I'll do that. You got to remind me. I'm bad at remembering.
Yeah, it's
My alcohol.
Someone says bring Blair Saki on. I'm trying, but the world has opened up, and Blair is a very popular comedian, so she's booked on Friday nights. So I'm trying to get Blair, but I'm not sure it's going to happen because she's booked for the next couple weeks. Anyway, thank you all. There's nothing left to do but to play the outro. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.